Nigerian army yesterday refuted reports that a man, Christian Ehima, who escaped from kidnappers was tortured to death when he ran into military checkpoint in Edo State. The Nigerian army, in a press release signed by the Director of Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Ehima Nwachukwu, said the deceased ran into military checkpoint with abnormal behavior. Nigerian army shown a video to illustrate their point, insisting, the abnormal behavior of Christian Ehima became aggravated, citing his mother. Media had earlier reported and quoted the mother of the deceased as saying her okay and escaped kidnappers, but only to be killed by men of the Nigerian army that ought to protect him. One of the media reports is presented verbatim. A promising 24-year-old young man, the director of Chris Connor Table Waters situated in Akbor, a computer science graduate of the University of Benin, Aniban, and the son of ASP Mercy Ehima, the coordinator, Special Intelligence Bureau, SIB, Akbor Area Command, Christian Onyema Konar Ehima, has lost his life due to army brutality. According to sources, the deceased traveled to a place called Uza in Edo State on Friday, December 10, 2021, in order to attend a friend's burial the next day. According to information reaching us, the deceased was taken to the place by his mother, who took him to a place he would spend the night so he can arrive early at the wedding the next day. It was revealed that when it was getting late, the deceased called the mother to complain that he was not feeling too well and that the cold in the place was much and that he has decided to come back to Akbor. Sources disclosed that the mother of the deceased appealed to the person the son was supposed to spend the night in his place to help the late son get a vehicle that will bring him back to Akbor, which he did, but that unfortunately, unknown to them, it was the kidnapper's vehicle he boarded. According to our source, as the vehicle got to a point on the journey, the driver of the vehicle reversed the vehicle without apology to anyone, and at that point, the deceased knew they were kidnappers, and at that point, he opened the door of the vehicle, jumped down and ran into the bush. It was revealed that after a while that the late Christian Ehima ran into the bush, he saw a big snake in the bush and he had to look for a way to come out of the bush and get to the army checkpoint between Ikon and Igbank with the thought that he would be safe there, but unfortunately, according to our source, he made the biggest mistake of his life, as immediately the military men saw him, they pounced on him and beat him black and blue. The mother of the slain 24-year-old, ASP Mercy Ehima, who spoke to our correspondent at her residence in Akbor, disclosed that around 7:45 p.m. that fateful day she put a call across to her son, who had informed her earlier that he was not feeling fine and that the cold in Uza was much and he wants to come back to Akbor that evening. She noted that she had earlier appealed to the person he was supposed to spend the night in his place to help the son get a vehicle that will bring him to Akbor, but unknown to the person and the late son, they didn't know the vehicle he boarded was kidnapper's vehicle. She said when the call went through, it was a strange voice that picked the son's call and introduced himself as an army officer. Continuing, she stated that when she introduced herself as a police officer, she was told their location while the soldier informed her that the son was dragging their gun with them, and she disclosed that she appealed to them not to beat him, that she is on her way. Speaking further, she revealed that when she got there and inquired of her son, they brought his shirt from the hut they were staying but delayed before taking her to see the son, whom they have dumped in the bush across the road. She added that before they took her to where the son was, they put a call to someone they called their Oga. She said after seeing the condition of her late son with sand all over him, his eyes, nostrils, and mouth, she then appealed to the military men to help her rush the son to the hospital, but they refused and asked her if she was not a policewoman that she should call her colleagues to help her out. Describing her ordeal further, she disclosed that she had to call their family doctor, who came immediately with his wife and they took the son to the hospital. She averred that after the doctor had administered treatment, the son regained consciousness for some time and was able to narrate what happened, but he later gave up the ghost due to the gruesome beating. Video shows Christian Ehima and mother. Video source, Nigerian Army. Nigerian Army in its reaction dismissed the claims in the media reports, describing the news report as misleading and false. Nigerian Army words are also presented verbatim. The Nigerian Army, NA, has been alerted to a misleading report making the rounds on social media, alleging that troops tortured one Christian Ehima to death. The NA, being a professional force, has utmost respect for the sanctity of human life and zero tolerance for infringement on the rights of the citizenry. While the NA sympathizes with the family of late Christian over this unfortunate incident, it is instructive to put the records in proper perspective, contrary to the misgivings peddled on the social media. Incontrovertible evidence indicate that Christian Ehima wandered into a military checkpoint at Wire, Edo State on the December 10, 2021, without his clothes on, and was halted by soldiers on duty. He was interrogated but could not say anything meaningful on where he was coming from or heading. His behavior was rather weird and indicative of one who was obviously under some sort of influence. The guard commander, who observed his abnormal behavior, immediately requested for his phone in an effort to contact any of his relations, friends, or associates. Shortly afterwards, a call came through to his phone and the caller identified herself as his mother. The soldier invited her to pick up her son, who was still very agitated and unstable. Subsequently, the woman arrived at the scene and identified herself as his mother and a police officer. She was briefed about her son's observed abnormal behavior. In her conversation with the soldiers, she attributed her son's weird behavior to influence of alcohol. The soldiers, however, maintained that whatever was responsible for Christian's behavior at that time was way beyond alcoholism. On citing his mother, his behavior aggravated. Thereafter, some passerby were mobilized to help her take him to the hospital. It is also important to state that the incident was recorded both on video and audio, showing the behavior of Christian Ehima and his mother, commending the soldiers for their kind intervention. The evidence, including audio recordings of the police officer and her son, are attached. Surprisingly, this unfortunate incident has been falsely reported in the social media without recourse to the reality of what transpired on the said date. The general public are urged to disregard this misguided information, as it is clearly manipulative and evidently an attempt to bring disrepute to the Na. Kindly support our vision of building a community of 1 million pen soldiers whose successes will be judged based on positive development in the society. Video: We have no hand in Christian Ehima's death, behavior aggravated, citing his mother in Edo, Nigerian Army, December 19, 2021. Nigerian Army yesterday refuted reports that a man, Christian Ehima, who escaped from kidnappers was tortured to death when he, how Governor Abaski knew 8 Theophilus woke me up, made me an Ibn Sug first male vice president, MC Casino, December 18, 2021. Organizer of the forthcoming January 1st MC Casino Game of Jokes and Nigeria, popular stand-up comedian, Lawrence Azarenko. Well, unknown gunman invade Onitsha, kill policeman, December 18, 2021. Unknown gunmen yesterday evening invaded the commercial city of Onitsha in Anambra State, killing yet to be ascertained total numbers. I wish President Buhari happy alleged 79th birthday, same happiness he has given Nigerians. Reno Omokri, December 17, 2021. Former presidential spokesperson to Goodluck Abel Jonathan on new media, Reno Omokri, has said he marks President Muhammadu Buhari alleged. World experts discuss new strategies on anti-corruption war today in Egypt, December 17, 2021. Africa Network for Environment and Economic Justice, ANYE, among notable organizations and individuals around the world will today converge.